Why in the world would you film yourself crying? Come on, dude. To show people? To make a YouTube video? To like... For those of you I haven't met yet, I'm ericwen, and this is a place where we can get excited about thinking more deeply and learning more about ourselves so that we can be happier, help more people, and be awesome change makers in our own lives. If this video helps you at all or makes you think just a little bit differently, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to hang out again soon. For me, 2019 has had a lot of ups and downs and surprises and growing pains and then just straight up pains. And with straight up pains often comes a lot of grief, a lot of hurt, a lot of crying, sobbing, for real. And for some reason, because I'm a freak, there was one time when I felt the tears sort of like sneaking up, and I was like, I want to film this. It was a little weird at first, I totally admit that, but it was also sort of awesome. I didn't film it for a YouTube video or really to show anyone. I was so shocked by how cathartic it felt, how extra comforting it felt to film myself crying. Now, why would I feel comforted, right? What extra element is added by filming yourself crying? For me, hitting record on something so private and vulnerable, it immediately reminded me of opening up a journal, getting ready to pour out some feelings and thoughts that only you were gonna see later, only you were gonna really fully understand later. And just like when you're writing in a journal, you can't help but get a little bit of self-awareness, a little bit of perspective, a little bit of a reminder of a future version of yourself. Someone who's you, someone who understands exactly what you're feeling, and someone who has also gotten through what you're going through. It helped me feel less alone. It helped me feel more heard. And it was weirdly very comforting. It was also super awesome that the camera kept rolling past the crying. A lot of times we just remember the pain part, the mourning part, but just like with every video, there has to be an end. But yes, the pain of the crying and the mourning was real, but so was the part after the crying when, I pull myself together, I get my head straight, I'm strong, and I keep moving forward. Capturing both those things together reminded me that yes, my pain is real, but I am also strong. And seeing that full story instead of just half the story, really great perspective for me, really comforting for me in those moments. The other part that was super special to me was the capturing part of it. When I first went to college, I started a little journal diary thing because I didn't have a place to air my real unfiltered thoughts. I didn't have my normal support system. So every single night I would secretly sort of document my real fears and worries or joys or highs or ups and downs, all this stuff in lots and lots of detail. I think at the end I had almost 100 pages single spaced in a little document. And I remember being so obsessed about password protecting this document, not putting it in the cloud, not uploading it all this stuff, because I had the sense that that was the real me and it was too personal to share or for other people to see. But what's weird is that when I look back on that document, it's not me anymore. That was totally me then, but now I have completely different priorities and worries and fears and even friends. But even though those two versions of myself are super different, how special is it that that is captured? I think I actually called the document a slice of time. I don't have to imagine what I felt like when I was 18 years old. I have documentation of what I really was like at 18, what I really was worried about. And that's something that if I hadn't written that journal, I wouldn't have that ever. In the same way, that's sort of how I feel about filming myself crying. I love that when I'm crying, that is the real me. That's super unfiltered. That is a slice of time capture of the real me. When my parents try to relate to me sometimes, they're like, oh, that's how I felt when I was your age, all this stuff. But it's impossible for there not to be sort of a disconnect. It's really hard for me to picture them being worried about their career or crying over a person when now they have a house and kids and been married for this many years. And whenever they say stuff like that, I am always like, oh my gosh, how crazy would it be if I got a journal entry of their real selves, or if I got a picture of the real version of themselves at my age, or if I saw a video of them at my age talking about their real fear. That would be insane. That would blow my mind. Like how relatable that would be, how powerful that would be. I don't actually necessarily recommend that everyone film themselves crying. But what I do think is really cool is documenting your real self. Realizing that this moment in time is fleeting and you're not gonna be this age. You're not gonna have these same priorities all the time. It's so special to me that we get to capture forever these real versions of ourselves that are temporary. How are you thinking about your slices of time? How are you thinking about your experiences and pain and emotions? Are you thinking about it in a permanent, everything sucks forever type of way, or are you setting up reminders for yourself that you are strong, that these things pass, and that you are a change maker in your own life? You are the change maker of your own life. Let's think more deeply. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. Peace.